Okay, so we have the equation y is equal to minus 2x squared plus 31x plus 16. Okay? So we want to find the vertex of this equation. Okay? So it was nice that Jordan found out that we could actually, in order to find the vertex, we got to complete the square, right? Not going to be nice because we have to take negative 2. Well, 32 does not divide into 31 nicely. We can do fractions. I try the quadratic formula, but man, that's a long process. And then that only gives me the roots. I still have to find the vertex from that. So Jordan, hey,
I have the roots.
We could try to factor this.
Okay, right? I got this. Ready? Okay, so you take.
So Christian, you got it?
Yes. Okay, so it's PSI because so the product is a negative 32, and the sum is 31.
Sum is 31.
Correct. And then it's negative 1 times 32.
So we could decompose this to negative 132.
I already did that like 20 minutes ago. I don't understand. I'm supposed to get the vertex.
So y is equal to minus 2x squared, right? So we decompose this to minus x plus 32x plus 16.
I know. Jeez.
So we're going to factor out a negative 2 out of the first one, so we get x plus 1. And then you're going to factor out the 16 from the other one. So you're supposed to factor out negative 2x. Negative 2x plus 16, you get 2x plus 1. So therefore y is equal to, if I factor out,
I hate that so much.
I don't factor out 2x, sorry. Let me try this again. I factor out the negative x.
That was nice.
So I got 2x plus 1. Here I'm going to factor out the 16. Now I'm left with 2x plus 1. That's better. So I'm left with 2x plus 1 times 16 minus x. Right? I'm just going to 16 minus x, flip it around. So in order to find the vertex, I need to find my x-intercepts or my zeros. So I'm going to set this to 0, 2x plus 1, 16 minus x. So what are my zeros then? 2x plus 1 is equal to 0, and 16 minus x is equal to 0. So that gives me 2x is equal to negative 1. So x is negative 1/2. And here we'll have x is equal to 16. Okay, so those are my zeros. So once I have my zeros, I can figure out my axis of symmetry. So my axis of symmetry is
8 and 1/4.
x is equal to minus 1/2 plus 16 over 2. So that gives me 16 times 2 is 32. So that's 31 over 2 divided by 2 is equal to 31 over 4. Yes? Which is roughly around 8.
I said 7 3/4.
Okay, 7 3/4. So somebody want to pull out a calculator and just put 7.75 for x. So y is equal to just going to first write this down. Negative 2 times 31 over 4 squared plus 31 times 31 over 4 plus 16. And so what was that answer?
136.125.
136.135?
125.
125, sorry. Okay. So not too bad. So what's the vertex? For the vertex,
x equals 3 and 1.
is
31/4
31 over 4.
and 36.
So what's that number again?
136.125.
136.125. So I'll put it with 1/8, right?
This question is sort of a joke.
So what is our maximum value here? Well,
That's
first of all, how do I know what's the maximum value? I should ask that.
How do we know it's maximum?
Yeah, why is that? How do we know? How is it a max or min?
maximum.
Max.
Why is it a max?
Because in the factor form, the value of A was -2.
Thank you. So it's negative, so no, it's opening downward. So we have a maximum value. So what's the maximum value? 136.125. And at what value of x do I achieve that maximum value?
31 over 4.
Yeah, so at x equals 31 over 4, we achieve max of 136.125. Okay, cool. I know, tough question. Yes.
When we turned it into this form, 2x plus 1 times 16 minus x, there's no thing at the beginning, is there?
There's no what?
Like what's that called? The a.
Yeah, there's no a value when it's in
So then doesn't
In the
that
facts.
mean it goes up?
well, in fact, we can kind of see that in our original equation, it was negative 2x squared. So the x squared is negative, right? So the fact that the x squared part is negative, we know that's going down. What we can do down here is, what was our factor form?
0.
Here, I should have taken out a negative 1.
Oh, okay.
So if I took it a negative 1, right, good question, Alex. If I took it a negative 1, I would have x minus 16. So actually, that's a good point. I should have, at this point, took out a negative 1. So that left me 2x plus 1 times x minus 16. Okay, so that would tell us that it's actually going down. So where do I get this equation from? Over here. Ah, okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Well, the quiz.
No.
Why?
Not relevant right now.
Wait. Curious.
We'll take it up another time. I got 20 minutes left to do this. So I have these lovely Welch's.
Oh,
Can you believe I sell these $4 each?
$1 each?
$4 each.
How?
How?
To
For
Guys,
what?
there's
You
some
find
massive
some hungry
bugs.
kids like look at Batiste. He's eyeing this like.
No,
I
Batiste has a sandwich.
I paid $4 for that right now if I didn't have my sandwich. Oh yeah.
But don't they sell them for like $1 and then you get 4 usually?
Yeah, but right now
Oh, okay.
you can't. You're starting. I could sell these for $4 each.
That
Okay.
is
Not to
crazy.
me.
How am I getting this?
Oh.
How am I getting this?
Ain't nobody got time for
I do.
Okay.
Nobody got money for that.
He has no money in the bank.
that. Ain't got no money.
Let everyone makes bank.
Sorry, bear with me.
Oh.
I try to figure out my equations here.
I actually throw the garbage. That's fair.
Ah, okay. So I can sell these for $4 each, but really I'm gonna get only 4 people buying it.
$60.
So I got 4 of these, $4 each, only 4 people buying it. How much money am I gonna make?
Wow.
$16. Not bad. Not bad. But why did I determine that if I drop the price of this by a measly quarter, right? Drop it by 25 cents, 8 more people will buy it.
Really? I'm too lazy to take
Right.
it to 75.
For so I determined that if I drop this from $4 to $3.75, how many of these do I sell now? I will sell 12. 8 more people actually buy it. So on top of the 4
Perfect.
people,
You have 8 people in the class.
on top of the 4 people that have bought $4, another 8 people would have bought it. But I notice this trend. If I drop it another quarter, right, another 8 more people will buy it. So what am I noticing? So for $4 a pack, I have 4 people buying it.
Should we
Okay.
write this?
Yeah. Sure. So $4 a pack, I have 4 people buying my mulches. But what I determine is that for every
There's only
25-cent drop, eight more people will buy. I don't like this smart phone, it's not straight. So for every 25 cents in drop, right, 8 more people will buy it. What price should I sell these for? How come there's only 3 now? See? People will reduce the stealing. That's how bad people want these things. So what price should I set these at to maximize my revenue?
25 cents.
Ah.
Whoa,
If I sell for 25 cents,
That's like,
how much am I dropping it by then?
yeah, that's a $24.
That's a lot, so that's basically
Ooh,
for
this is hurting my
15.
brain.
Then
So
people
15
will
times
buy
8
a lot.
more people,
Price goes
right?
up.
But it's really cheap though.
Should we use logic to find this out if you're 50s?
Oh.
It's
No.
like marketing.
You can use logic, but we're gonna use math.
No.
Okay.
you're-
Scared you'd say.
So what we just realized
Graph
is
this.
that
Whatever's a verb.
Is the fact that they're $4
What?
We think we're getting mulches, but
What?
it's actually we're to solve them.
okay, so what we realized is our revenue, right? How much money I'm gonna take in from my sales, so that's what revenue is. Right? If you're taking business, kind of know that. So my revenue is, okay, first I'm gonna let X equals X. I'm gonna let X equal the number of times, this is a bad looking in.
We have to know how much each watch is cost.
The number of times, that's where we have to figure out profit. That's another story. We let X equals the number of times we reduce by 25 cents. Okay? Because we know there's a relationship there. Every time we drop by 25 cents, something is happening. So what our revenue is, well, initially, I have $4 a pack.
Is this really version?
But if I drop it by a quarter of a dollar for every time, right? And then multiply it by, so this is the cost. Or this is the selling price. Right? This is how much I'm selling it for. So if I'm selling for $4, if I don't drop the price at all, what's the cost? $4. If I drop it once, what is it? $3.75. If I drop it twice, it's right. So this here, I'll do this in red, is the number of Welchers I sell. Well, if I don't drop the price at all, how many am I selling? 4. Right? If I don't drop the price at all, I still sell 4, right? But for every time I drop the price, how much more am I selling? 8. So every time, for every drop I do it, I'm selling 8 more. So that makes sense. If I drop it once, I sell for $3.75, then I will sell 12. Then my revenue is $3.75 times 12. If I drop it twice, then I sell for $3.50, and then my revenue is times 20, right? And we'll see that it's going up. But at some point, I mean, I could give these away for free, right? At some point, I'm gonna drop it so that I'm giving it away for free, right? I'm not making any revenue. So at some point, it doesn't make sense. I need to stop dropping that price, right? So here we have revenue. I'm just gonna call it big R. Is equal to 4 minus 1/4 x, 4 plus 8x. Okay, so I'm going to expand this, right? So I don't want to set revenue to 0, so I'm not solving for x here. So that's important to know. But this equation, I'm not solving for x. I don't know what I don't want revenue is equal to 0. Okay. So here revenue is equal to, I'm going to expand this out. I am solving for 0.
If
I
you
have a
sell,
question though.
if you sell for $1 each, you'll make $100.
This one's 100.
That's
Well, let me expand this. So I get 16.
How much more should it have? Is it
I'm saying we're
maximum?
going to be at 0. Why do we want to expand this?
There's 40.
No, take that back. You don't even need to expand this. So I'm scrapping my notes now. So now I have a quadratic equation, right? So my quadratic equation, how do I find the maximum?
Or
Sorry?
average of the two roots.
Well, I set this to 0, right? So I want to find my roots, and then I want to find the average of it. So here I got really 4 minus 1/4 x, or 0 is equal to 4 plus 8x. So I mix this up a little bit. Okay. So here I get 4 is equal to 1/4 x. So x is equal to 16.
How come those brackets are on one without the other?
Doesn't matter. I just put them there just as I grouped it, just pulled it down. So here x0 is -4 is equal to 8x. So x is equal to -4 over 8. X is equal to -1/2. Okay? So my idea was that if we actually expanded this and actually gave you the equation, if I expanded this would be an equation. So we would have factored it, but actually in this case it's a word problem. You didn't even have to expand it. This would have been your equation. You found your zeros. So how do we find the axis of symmetry? We did all that over here. Right? We had the same roots, x equals -1/2, x equals 16. Right? So the axis of symmetry is 31 over 4. So we plug that back into here. Right, so axis of symmetry x is equal to 31 over 4. So I'm going to plug 31 over 4 back into our original equation. So revenue is equal to 4 times 1/4 31 over 4 times 4 plus 8, 31 over 4. What do I got? 136.125.
So that's a negative 60.
Okay. So my maximum revenue that I can get from selling my watches is $136, roughly.
So it's a bit over $2.
How many do I have to sell? How many would I sell to get $136?
But don't you have to know how much money you take off first?
Why'd you add
Well,
that?
this is just revenue. So revenue is just money that you pull in from selling. So it doesn't factor in the costs of these things. Okay?
So
So that's a different equation. That's something else that we call profit. We're just figuring revenue, which is just the amount of money you take in from selling goods. It doesn't take it to your costs. Once you take it to your costs, you get what we call profit. Is that right, Amy? Well, that's income. That's if you're earning money. It's actually called profit in the business world. Net profit. Okay? But in order to get $166, how many do I have to sell?
We have to find out.
Michael.
I had a question about access to symmetry.
Okay.
How do you get 31 over 4?
Same way we got over here. This factor the same thing. Notice that factor the same thing? Sorry, I'm missing it. This factors up to the same thing. Right? All I did was take out
It's the two groups.
You sell 66.
it factors to the same thing.
You sell 66. I think.
So basically, because I got my roots were the same, right? Then I calculated my axis symmetry was basically 16 plus 1/2 divided by 2. Sorry, plus negative 1/2 divided by 2. I got 31 over 4. If I plug 31 over 4 back into here, I would got 136.
It's negative 31 over 4.
No, because x is 16. I'm calculating my roots.
Then 16 plus negative 1 over 2 is 100.
Okay. So how many packets do I need to sell to get $136 in revenue?
66.
Yeah.
Ow.
At what value of x do I achieve 136? 125.
Because 8 more people buy for every
Yeah.
25 cents you drop. If you drop 7 3/4 times 8, 62 plus 4,
Oh, okay,
66.
yes. So basically, yeah. So the question is, x is the number of droppings. Good. X is the number of times I need to drop my price. So I need to drop my price 8 times, according to this. 31 divided by 4 is roughly 8. So I drop my price 8 times. I have to drop it down to $2. And at $2, I'll sell it. So here, so x is roughly 8, right? So therefore, I drop by 8. If I drop by 8, if I drop 8 times,
68.
my price is 4 minus 1/4, 8. Which is 4 minus 2, which is $2. And then the number I sell, amount I sell, is 4 plus 8 times 8, which is, as Christian said, 68. So I'll sell 68 packets of Welch's at $2, and that'll maximize my revenue. Okay, so that's how business actually trying to figure out at what price point they try to sell something. Right? And they do all sorts of studies. So this is how you can try to apply a quadratic. Actually, I realized you didn't have to expand it all. You just do a factor 4, straight set it to 0, find your maximum point. Question, Alex?
If you were to graph this, would the x and y axis mean anything like price and people?
Well, if you graph it, what does it mean? Well, at what point do you actually have 0 revenue? I will have 0 revenue when I drop it 16 times, which makes sense. If I drop it 16 times, I'm giving it away for free. Or if I drop it a negative, which basically if I
pay people
Just
to
weird.
do
yeah, if I pay people, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know what a negative might mean in this case. Right? But here we might define our domain differently. The domain x must be greater than 0. Right?
So do your watches.
So you get your Welch.
Oh.